everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a DRED FX custom build. We are going to be doing a e-bike build, guys. This is an electric enduro frame. We're going to be running a 5,000 watt hub rear motor on this with a big battery pack and get this thing up to speed. So it's going to be more like a street cruiser, full suspension when it's completed. So this is the enduro frame. You've got your piece to the top. This is where your seat would sit on the top there with your normal bike quick release seat clamp there. To the front, this is where your forks will go, handlebars to the front there, and then to the back you've got a motorbike style swing arm which bolts to the frame at the back, and you have your suspension coming off this piece going up to the frame which bolts at the back there. So the first thing we need to do on this is strip all the plastic off this, the casings both sides, take this piece off, and then we can start prepping this. We're going to go in full clean down, wax and grease remover, get any grease, fingerprints and anything off it, any contaminants off, and then we can start prepping the steel and we can start prepping the plastic. And I'll take you through the plastic primer stage on these side panels. We've got some chopping out to do on this one. I've got to mark this out because this is going to be an acrylic two-way mirrored effect LED backlit with my logo laser cut out inside. So this will be, you'll look inside this and it'll reflect back, but you'll see that it'll look quite trick later on in the videos. So we'll get all this prepped up and I'll take you through the custom paint stage on this. We've got a lot of airbrushing to do on this frame and on these panels, so it's a busy day, guys. So I'll see you in the next step. What we did, we stripped the actual frame down, took all the bolts out, completely stripped it down, and then I gave it a clean with wax and grease remover on all the parts. And I've started to sand it down. I went in with a 320 disc on all the steel parts that need painting. So we've got the swing arm, that's all prepped up, and on the intricate bits where I couldn't get to the 320, I've just used a red Scotch-Brite and cleaned all that down. So that one's prepped. The actual frame, we've not got to paint this part of the steel because none of this piece is seen. The main pieces that are seen is the front head assembly there. So that's all prepped. We'll back mask this all off and we're going to paint the front of this. On the actual emblem to the front, I've scotched all this up. So we're going to mask this out when we paint this piece, and then this is going to go in a candy colour on the front, the emblem on the front. To the back of the frame where the suspension is, I'm leaving this piece here black, and then this bottom piece here will be painted the same colour as the swing arm, and that will blend in across. So that's that part done on the frame. The bottom casing, I went in with a Scotch-Brite, cleaned these down, and then Scotch-Brited the plastics up, so these are all keyed up on that piece. This piece goes onto the top like that, so that's all keyed up and that's ready for paint, and the two side panels as well. So the next stage on this is to clean everything down again, get all this dust, blew out, turn the extractor on, clean everything down, wax and grease remover again, and then we can hit the frame, the steel parts with the base coat, and we can get some plastic primer on these plastic pieces, and then we can move on to the base coat on them and then onto the airbrushing. So quite simple process. Take it nice and steady, strip things down. If you're stuck on how to put bits back together, just take photographs as you go along. It does help on pieces that you're taking off, but this is quite straightforward. So we'll crack on and I'll see you in the next step. And there you go, that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. We've gone through the prep stages. I've dismantled all the frame and the parts. We've prepped all this up. We've got it all taped off where we need it to go. I've got the front head assembly there, what we're going to paint, and we've got the rear part where the shock is, and we're going to paint that. The rest of the frame's covered up with the side panels and the top and bottom panels, so you won't see that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you can join me in episode 2 when we start putting the base coats down, the plastic primer, and we'll get moving on to the airbrush stages on this build. Just want to say a big warm welcome to all the new subscribers that have come across to the channel, and a big shout out to Steve on Dude Stuff for scaring the shit out of me on the pit bike. He knows which one it is. So yeah, this is what's inspired me to get into the e-bike builds, having a blast on a couple of e-bikes with Steve, and it was good fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.